All right, that's going up to those European lives. See the staircase going up.
Alright, so the down shop was an office for Europeans. And this one right here was a meeting hall or a conference hall for the governors and the senior officers. They held their meetings in here, and after the meeting, the governors divided here. This coming in happening.
Okay.
He stood here and he delivered the message to the soldiers
Okay.
down there. He instructed them to do whatever that they discussed
In that meeting.
in that meeting. And when we look down here, all the rooms you see on the ground floor, there were dungeons for the 600 male slaves. The first floor here were occupied by the soldiers, merchants, missionaries, and physicians. The second floor here was the deputy governor's apartment, and the last floor was the governor's apartment. You see the slanted wall there?
Yes.
There's another one down there. They are called buttresses, fixed by the Dutch to strengthen the walls of the castle from collapsing. And the metals you see on them were fixed by the British to help the policemen train by climbing it up and down. And the building at the center where we went to was the Portuguese church. That's the first Catholic church to be built in Ghana here. But when the Dutch took over, they abandoned the church because they had theirs on top of one of the female slave dungeons. So they divided the structure into two. The upper part of it was used to serve as a junior soldier mess. That's a place where the junior soldiers were eating and drinking. The down part was an auctioning hall where they were buying and selling the slaves. When the British took over, they used the building as classrooms for the policemen, and when Ghana took over, the place is a museum. Let me help you. Alright, please, let's go back.
Yeah, and I can see everything.
One more thing, these are watchtowers.
Oh,
The
okay.
building up there, they are watchtowers, but one built by the Dutch to protect the castle from the seaward section.
Right. I see
Because
anything coming
they
in.
attacked from that side. That is why they had the watchtowers there. But when the British came in, they used the buildings as prisons. So the left side here, they imprisoned a king from Ashanti region called Nanakwesi Ajanan Prempeh I. He refused to pay an indemnity of 50,000 ounces of gold to the British after a war that was fought in 1873, but he was born in 1872. So that was something that he came to make his predecessors pay. But during this era, he delayed, so they imprisoned him here with his family, from here to Sierra Leone, and from Sierra Leone to Seychelles Island. He spent about 24 years there. He came back, became the chief of Kumasi, and 7 years later, he died. The right side, they imprisoned a queen, a warrior, that's Ya Asantua. She fought with the British in 1900 to prevent them from taking the golden stool. So they imprisoned her there from here to Seychelles Island, but she died there. She could not make it.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look at the governor's apartment. They are all replaced ones, not original.
Okay.
Alright, let's go upstairs.
Oh, we're going up in the world, huh? Falling right behind Monique and up, getting a nice I can't.
Alright, so we are in the governor's bedroom. He had 2 living rooms, a washroom, a closet, and an emergency exit. Let's have a look at the rest. All these were meant for one person, whilst hundreds of people were suffering in a dungeon.
360.
We have officers' mess here for the senior officers. So that's a dining hall for the senior officers. Beneath this dining hall, that's the largest female slave dungeon. Let's have a look at the trapdoor here. No, hold on.
See what it's like from out. Okay. I guess. Are we gonna be coming out here? Alright, let me see. I guess so. We'll see. Okay. Okay. So this was that trapdoor that we saw from.
With here, the staircase that the selected slaves used to go to the governor's bedroom.
Okay.
And after the rape, she used the same staircase back,
And back down.
the dungeon. And the balcony, he's told to do the selection of the females here.
Yeah.
We have kitchens here. Let's have a look at it inside. So we have the Dutch kitchen, which is the bigger one, and the Portuguese kitchen, the small one. Due to trust issues, the Dutch abandoned the Portuguese church, kitchen, and reservoir. So the question is, how would they have trusted black people if they never trusted themselves?
Right. Right. And even now they're still.
They are still having issues.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Still.
And we have the church here.
Huh.
So the Dutch Reformed Church here, and beneath was one of the female slave dungeons.
They like doing that, huh?
Yes.
Pray to the Creator as God did what God they were serving. But
do you know that even among all what they were doing, somewhere it felt that they were lost, even in what they claimed that they were preaching. Because there's one man that in the hymns that we sing, he sang a song showing or saying what he experienced during the slave trading. He was saved after an incident where the ship collapsed, making a lot of them die in there. So what happened made him realize that what they were doing wasn't the right way. So he propagated the song by speaking out what he witnessed or felt, by saying that he was lost when he indulged himself with the slave trade. But now that he has been found, he's here to say that whatever that they were doing wasn't the right thing. So he was once part of the people that
Mm-hmm.
really came out to help with the abolition of the slavery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright, let's use this side to go to where the comes.
Yeah. This is some amount of space, huh? Compared to where they keep our people, our ancestors. Alright, we're back here.
This is one of the original ones. This one, or the painted ones.
Uh-huh.
Because they look different from the one here.
Yeah.
There's another one here.
Okay. Oh.
Also, so the cannons here were used by almost all the Europeans to protect themselves from their enemies.
Yeah.
And what we have on the hill there is Fort St. Jago,
Mm-hmm.
built by the Dutch in 1665. With the help of the local people, the Dutch used the hill there to capture the castle from the Portuguese. So in order to prevent their enemies from using the same tactics that they used, that is why they had the fort there for security purpose. When we look down here to this one, where the coconut trees are,
Yes.
side, they are called moats.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the inner moat and outer moat.
Right.
During that time, they fill the moat up with the seawater, blocking their enemies to make attempts to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pass the castle was a drawbridge. So anytime they felt threatened, they closed up.
Right.
And the square thing we have in the middle there, it's a navigational compass and a sundial. So with the help of a stick placed in the middle there, and the stick shadow, it helped them to tell the time. So you can take your pictures there, we go to the class at the end.
Okay. Yeah, see the these are give it a 360. That's the around the top, and this is the guns that they used to have here for their warfare. Alright. Okay. Yep, that's me, Conroy. Got to put my face there, right? Okay.
This place was a classroom for the mixed race children, or the mulattoes. They educated them here from that latter age, brainwashed them to feel more superior than the local people because they had better education than them.
Mm-hmm.
And after everything, some were taken to continue with their education, some to preferred being merchants. They really explored themselves with the opportunity that they had as compared to
Mm-hmm.
a black person. Before we end the tour, do you have any question?
Question. It's just a lot, but it's just the way we get more understanding of really what's going on. We've seen it, on videos and stuff like that. You so different when you really come and actually have someone explain it to you. And I think the tour is important. It's more factual, and what I said, the proof is in the pudding. So I think that's it. I mean, the history that is still here, and I guess we need to just spread it around and keep that in our ancestral memory, so we can memorialize them and keep going, and then use this as a way for us to move forward. Africa must unite, just like the first president is saying, and Bob Marley, and a lot of people know Marcus Garvey. We have to be self-reliant upon ourselves. And, for me, I look at it, Africa really don't need the world. It's the world that need Africa. But we got to unite, just like they do. The European Union, they're united. United States, they're united.
But, they know how powerful Africans might be if they unite. That is why they are fighting it out from happening. All the time, they threaten us with nuclear weapons because we don't have them. That's what, if we joke, they might bombard our nations, which is putting fear our leaders to take a bold step. People are trying, some nations are making that bold step. And we can all testify to the fact that Burkina Faso, although they came out from a coup d'etat, the president there, just within 1.5 years, he has made wonderful changes in the nation, which is some kind of a bold step that he has made. He has been threatened several times, assassination. Because of him, there were protests all over nations, claiming that they shouldn't tamper with him. So I'm hoping that based on what he has started, he will be there for other nations to also take a bold step. Because right now, we are all sitting down there waiting for someone to come out for them to follow. So as he has taken that bold step, we are all hoping that as time goes on, there will be a change in Africa at large.
And I think it starts with the youth, the new generation. We are, at my age, but I know my kids and the younger generation, that's what's going on. They're waking up, and we must know who the true enemy is and get united, because when you're united, you're strong. That's why the United States become what they are. They're separate state. I could drive from New York to California and cross many state borders, but I never have to pay anything. I don't know no visa. So Africa now is, the European left that in place for a reason, to keep us divided still. When we are one country, one continent basically, and people. And the time we do that, that's it for them. They know it. All right.
They will never allow it.
Oh, well, their power is going down slowly and surely, but it can happen quickly.
It's gradual.
It's sometimes just like trickling. There's sometimes the downpour trickling, and then it downpour, and you wonder where all that water come from. Nature, and we have a way. There's a matter of time, and I think, like, I'm the first time coming here. She's the first one coming here, and more are coming every day, and it's a reason. We've been called back home to this continent for a reason, and what we want to do, and so on and so on. It will happen. I'm confident it will.
One day.
Yes.
All right, so to conclude the story here, this castle is 543 years old. 155 years was used by the Portuguese, 235 years by the Dutch, 85 years the British, and 68 years Ghana. It is the largest, the biggest, and the oldest castle in the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa. Designated as World Heritage Site under UNESCO in 1979. Once again, my name is Cynthia. Thank you for having me as a tour guide. It's a pleasure to meet you guys and taking you guys around. I hope you're taking a big message to them. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.